Can I build Santa's sleigh without any instructions? Hello everybody and welcome back to Instructionless, the channel where I build LEGO sets without any instructions. For today's build, I couldn't think of a better way to wrap up this year in the holiday season with doing an iconic holiday themed build. That's right, today we're building Santa's sleigh. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video to see who made it on my nice list. This set comes in at a whopping 343 pieces, a moderate challenge for someone who is now in the holiday spirit. As usual, I won't be needing these. Fun fact, the sound of Lego hitting a hard surface is essentially my childhood. Let's take a closer look here. That's a pretty sweet little Santa Claus figure. Candy cane on the back. Really like the hat. The hat, this beard, really wonderful. Well, these plates definitely make up the bulk of this sleigh, I bet. I bet the sleigh is this size. Or it's probably this size, to be honest, with this at the top holding all the toys up. So I think we're gonna go with something like that. Actually, you know what? We can't even do this without outfitting the reindeer. So let's outfit the reindeer first. We'll do that. There we go. That's one. All right, now I gotta build the middle section that connects all of them, which is just these rods here. Well, I'm seeing enough of these pieces to make two of these. Kind of got some major bend going on. They don't really go straight up and down. They're a little bit, but that's okay. You know, I don't know why I always do this. I mean, Lego's pretty complicated, but in general, I always pick these builds and I think they're going to be easy. Every time I'm like, this will be a breeze, it's not a big deal. And then I realize just like how much detail is in his sleigh and the rounded and sloped edges on the side, and I'm thinking, this is gonna be kind of tricky to make. One of these here, then I can go there like that. And then I think it goes this piece. Just trying to get the shape. I'm gonna fill in the rest as we go, but the most challenging part with instructionless builds is trying to use up pieces, because the more pieces you use up, the less there is to look at, and it makes finding the right piece you need easy. It's kind of like a puzzle almost, right? If you're building a puzzle, it gets easier and easier the more pieces you get connected. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's what those pieces are, eh? Interesting, so I'm starting to see, just for a minute here, kind of how, like, I'm imagining these things are going to connect, you know, on. I thought the green pieces had to go out like that to hold onto the ledge, but if we have these pieces, right, that go on the side and stick out to hold it, then that makes sense why I'm not seeing any 2x2 plates that are green like this, because they're probably meant to go vertical like that in between these sections, because then I would add another one here, I believe. Oh, sorry. Another one here like that, right? I tell you, this is really the hardest part of this whole build, and I bet once I figure it out, everything's gonna be so much easier. In order to get this video out on time, I'm experimenting with some different editing techniques, like time-lapsing certain segments that might feel a little repetitive to see how that does. So I'm having a little bit of trouble here making the sides of the sleigh the correct dimensions. It's a little trickier than I thought, just with all the intricacies involved, but essentially I just had to take some pieces out and rework them a bit in order to help make it so the back works properly. Gotta put this piece. Oh goodness me. Behold the flimsiest sleigh you've ever seen. Right, and this is how we're getting into the back of this build territory, but I think these two connect. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm assuming that some kind of plate like that goes back there to add like structural integrity, right? See, this is really fun. I don't really do a lot of free building with Lego, so this is a fun way to kind of this is a fun way for me to try to think, like, you know, how do people come up with these crazy ideas? It's like kind of stepping into the mind of the person who created this set to just see what they did, or like how they did it. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave that like that, and we're gonna try and figure out how to make the bumper to this sleigh. A little on the flimsy side. Let's actually set the sleigh off to the side, and we'll get the reindeer, my very crooked reindeer. Get them, I'll put them here, and we'll actually get these end bits set up. Alright, so right now, I just need to rework the sides of the sleigh because they're a little too long. I need to figure out a way to swap some pieces to make it a bit shorter, so that's really all I did here, and eventually I was able to reconnect them to the main base and get everything looking good again. Sometimes I feel like I'm insane or something building Lego like this, but if I don't, then who will? Well, slowly figuring some stuff out. Definitely making some progress, and then having all that progress stripped away, but definitely getting there. I know I really shouldn't be worrying about such decorative pieces at this point, but just trying to get rid of some of this clutter so I can think straight. So nothing really happened here other than me just fiddling where I should put these plates at the bottom so that the back trunk can slide in and out. In the end, I couldn't really get the right position for it to close properly, so it's a little messed up on the inside, but you can't see it, and from the outside, it looks good, so it's gonna stay like that. Is it functional? Kinda. All right, let's try and figure out how to make this bench of sorts. So we sit those side by side. Stick out to connect those two. Santa would sit somewhere like that. And somehow this goes behind him like that. Maybe it just sits there like that. All right, this is looking pretty good. So right now I'm just trying to do the bottom section of the sleigh, and then I have the sleigh itself like 90% complete. There's just the front that I need to finish. Ho ho ho, getting there. All right, just gotta figure out how to do this part. Oh, see, this is cool. So you take these little claw pieces and slide them into the Technic piece at the bottom here. And then I see that you use these cool gold lightsaber pieces. I don't know what they're called. That's what I'm gonna call them. All right, and with that done, all that's left to do is assemble some of these gifts for Santa to give out and attach the reindeer, and we're done. So without further ado, let's take a look. And there you have it, Santa's sleigh, built without any instructions. I have a decent little pile of pieces left over, but in the end, it turned out fantastic. This build wasn't too challenging. The only parts I really struggled with was figuring out how to make the sides and getting the trunk of the sleigh to actually open. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate the comments everyone has left me, and it's definitely encouraged me to keep on building. So until I see you all in the new year, happy building.